Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time. Time to take a look at another one of these wacky multi-carts. We did this last week. We had a good time with it. We looked at it in the form of this nutty little N64 shaped plug and play, and that was cool. But now we've got a 401 cart in the back of this thing. The one you see in the thumbnail, yes, that's the one. The one with Resident Evil 5 on the cover, as if that's actually on here. I'll poop my pants if it is. Yeah, take two. Guys, thanks for sticking around. I had to reset the chat there. I don't know, that's a weird setup there the way that is, but I think we're in line now. We already know Contra 2 is just a big Contra menu, so that's part of the 400 in one real game. They want you to know it's real. Batman's Batman. What's SpiderMan? Is that a Spider-Man on NES, maybe? I mean, I guess it would have to be. But you're here, so let's find out. Yeah, I can see you guys talking now. Yeet, Spider-Man. That is some good looking stuff right there. The question is, does it work? No, it doesn't. We're off to a great start. Should I buy one of these? Hey, I'm not the one selling it, so you make the call. That totally did not start the game up. Spider-Man, start the adventure and save the world. Yeah, they're a little on the pink side. Oh, that ROM is not working, so it's a no on that. Sorry, Spider-Man. Turtles Fighters? Surely that's not Tournament Fighters. It's got to be just Turtles. Oh, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. It's Tournament Fighters. I'll be dadgummed. No, I don't want to see that yet. I want to start my own game. Story. I love Tournament Fighters, but I never played it on the NES. I don't even have it on the NES. I've got it on Genesis and Super Nintendo. And as we are testing some weird third-party equipment here, obviously, you guys let me know what the sound quality is like as far as the game. Is Oxygen worth it? And any other thoughts that you might have. Yeah, I think we're going to go right in. I mean, Raph's my favorite, but Don's the most competent, so let's take him in there. Oh my god, this is abysmal. I mean, I guess if this is the only way you had to play this, it would be okay, but... Whoa, hip toss! Where's his stick? They don't have their weapons. Has it been that long since I've played Tournament Fighters? I thought they had their weapons. Big elbow to the face. He's pooping little balls out. Ice says, do y'all hear game audio? That would suggest to me that maybe you don't. It's coming out on my end. It's not very loud, but... punching them in the balls. I'm spamming the peanut punch. Okay, we can crank it up a bit here. Let me just put Leo on the mat with a mighty hip toss. Ashcan is in the house. Welcome, Ash. Good to see you on TNL. Yeah, you know, Tournament Fighters was such a tough game. Because it subscribed to that same AI format as, you know, Mortal Kombat. You know, it countered everything you did before you did it. You know, your input was its input. It was so unfair and just rage-inducing. Never beat it, and you know, I had to go back to it. Still have it. What are these balls flying out everywhere? I don't remember no balls landing on nobody. And Raphael's kicking my butt. Good God Almighty. Snestalgia has joined us. Welcome, Snes. Yeah, that audio is really low. I'm having to really crank it up on my end to hear anything. But, I mean, it's up. I mean, that on any other game would be fine. So, again, that's just kind of what you deal with on some of these. Yeah, you get the game, but the emulation may be you know, straight up butt ugly, or it may, you know, you may have some sound issues. And definitely for anybody that wants to take it a step further and stream it, you really got to be cognizant of what goes on there. We've had all kind of issues emulating through the Elgato and streaming. So, CPU win. This isn't much of a story mode. They're not giving you any of the story. Look at the big welt on his face. Back to the menu. Ferrari is probably that Ferrari Grand Prix challenge or whatever. Maybe, or it could be Rad Racer. So far, this is an interesting lineup, though. Yeah, it's Ferrari Grand Prix. I thought it might be. Sure, we'll take some music. Yeah, I don't know what Cuba Revolution is supposed to be. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's Akari Warriors or something. You know, they can't call all of these what they are for licensing reasons. So they get some really wacky names in there. I mean, real wacky in some cases. And again, it's just lost in translation. I don't know. Alright, here we go. Qualifying. This looks terrible. This is glitching out. Look at that. Yeah, that's not right. We need to readjust this cartridge. But the real question is, does it have 300 versions of Super Mario Brothers? It probably does. I mean, we haven't got that far down the rabbit hole yet, but I assure you that we will. Alright, I got this thing readjusted. Was that just how bad that looked? Surely not. Yeah, it's the cartridge. Look at that. Well, again, we're working with shoddy equipment here, so let's blow in the cartridge for old time's sake, because we sure don't have time to fool with cleaning it. It looks clean, though. The pins look great. I clean all these things when I get them. Taito Basketball. I'm as curious about you as the Revolution game, but let's go ahead and go in order here. Basketball. Straight up. Does it have 300 versions of Bayou Billy? We won't know till we get there. I don't think that was the ROM. I think that was the cartridge and the receptacle. I mean, it's only going to be as good as the receptacle on this device, so. Gaber820 is here. Welcome, 820. The Los Angeles Eagles, I'm familiar with them. The Dallas Fighters. The San Diego Dolphins. Yeah, it says Pocket Monster. I don't know, man. We'll find out, won't we? Oh, my. Oh, my God. Where am I? Okay. Pushing? I didn't push nobody. Oh, that's good. That's real good. See, the problem is the thing's in the bottom, so you're almost cursed to have to hit the cartridge, and you're going to do that during play, and in turn you're going to doink it. So, but it's the only way we're going to be able to look at it. The Atlanta Double Dribblers. It did look like that. Alright, Cuba Revolution. We got to know. What is it? This is Guerrilla War, isn't it? But the Famicom version, let me shoot the prisoners there like an idiot. God, it's really hard not to hit the cartridge while playing. And then in turn, I can't play, I can't control it. Imagine using your controller, but you can't grip it. That's pretty much what we're running into here. Dead. Still better than Defiance, but yeah, I mean, I can't grip here or I will touch the cartridge and then it's completely riced after that. Alright, it's killing us. Pocket Monster. What's it going to be? You know, what we haven't talked about yet is the price point on these things. There's so many different ones of these out there. And they come in NES cartridge formats. I just happen to find these. The question is, are these worth getting? Are they worth collecting? And Pikachu's totally on the screen right now, so let's address that too. Velped? Oh my god, he electrified everybody. Is that his only option? Does that kill things? So that's all I do? I just hit that in the whole screen? Okay, he gets hurt on the rock. Okay, so I literally just hit one button and it smart bombs everyone? Okay, no, he hops on them. It's Mario style. Okay. I bought a great 154-in-1 multi-for. See, that's what we're talking about is it worth it to do? I'm seeing them as cheap as $10 on eBay, free shipping. So, you know, it's $150 for a fully loaded EverDrive or RetroPie. You can get them cheaper, but they're probably going to make you do your own builds and everything, which, to me, ain't nobody got time for that. And yeah, I'd say I'd stick to my Pi too, but I've got EverDrives, I've got Pis, I've got all this stuff, and every single one of them's got something that the other one doesn't have. It's like, where's the universal build for all these things? Because, oh, we got a Pikachu. This is not the worst thing I've ever seen right now. Are you all seeing this right now? This isn't bad. Oh! I died. I gotta get me a Pi. Well, I think that Ice can tell you who to go through to get one built right, because I went through somebody that did not build it right and did not do a good job at all. So, I mean, the unit's nice. It came with an 8-bit wireless, which is cool. And I can get another build to put in it. But they ding-a-linged the build on it. I like original hardware on CRT. You know, there's been a lot of talk about that in the community lately too, about emulation is just not the way to go. And I said that for years, and I still do. I can't disagree with it, because there's always these inconsistencies in emulations. When I mean, guys, yeah, I'm going to play Contra. You saw how bad that was a minute ago. You can't play that with a thing like this. You got to have your controller. You can't play Punch-Out. You can't play, you know, anything like that that takes precision or a control that you are geared into and used to, you know, from years ago. You just can't do it that way. And he said he would work on yours for free. Well, I wouldn't expect it for free. I would take care of him, you know. I'd take care of everybody. But, yeah, somebody needs to help me out on that. Yeah, Captain Algebra's one recently that has made those comments as to, you know, no emulation. I only use original hardware. And that makes sense for him, for sure, because we're talking about a guy that can no death run Contra. Now, I can't do that. But I bet you I definitely can't do it if I don't have original hardware to work with. There would be some kind of inconsistency. So I can respect going all original hardware. And again, I said for years I would never do anything other than that, because what need do I have for that? But then there's stuff like this. Yeah, I could go buy this cartridge for a Famicom and buy a Famicom and all that, but I just want to take a look at this. So there's a certain amount of neatness and convenience that does come with emulation, and it does allow you some ease of streaming to share what these are with people, whether they want to buy the originals or not. Being able to hook it straight in through an AV hookup and, you know, be able to upscale it to the converter. So, but yeah, for playing and performance, he's not wrong. Emulation really should be a no-no. There are inconsistencies, even when the emulation is good, because there are NES digital copies on the Wii Shop, stuff like that from years back, that didn't play right. They don't play right. The ones on the Switch Online don't play right. Don't let anyone tell you they do, because if they do, they never had a feel for it to begin with. They don't play right. Punch-Out doesn't play right. Mario doesn't play right. It's just wrong. The timing is just not there. I may not know everything about every game, but I know when my Punch-Out's off. I know when all of a sudden I can't dodge and I can't beat Soda Popinski or something that's just you could usually do blindfolded, and it's like everything's got a delay in it. Some of that may be controller lag, but when I'm sitting here right next to the thing, or God forbid wired in, then there is no excuse for it. So emulation is neat because it allows us having access to thousands upon thousands of things that you wouldn't have the shelf room for or the money for to just be able to take a look at it. But for competition play, yeah, I definitely don't prefer it. So the Pokeballs are his energy, and when he runs out of them, he's dead. This is the best thing I've seen on here so far. It's a little broken in that you're going to get that extra life every time and then you die, so you're never going to die on this level. It's kind of an imbalance, but they probably hope you'll get past the first level, which I'm obviously not doing a good job of. Okay, so why didn't that happen there? We got $5 in the jar from Double J. Thank you, Double J, for your ongoing, continuing support of the Emceemur Show. You'll receive your Mur World Order bandana in the mail. You can split the AV signal that goes out from NES to CRT and plug it in the computer. You know what I wish I had is a top-loading NES with an AV out. And I don't want to take a chainsaw to the one I have. What was Pikachu just doing? Oh, that was not the plan. I was going to jump on him. Double J donation hype. Oh, got a Pokeball power up. Or that adds one to my life ticker. Now, you know if we go down there, we probably get something for it. Oh, he bounced right off of that. Look at that. This is by far the best thing I've seen on here yet. Top loader coaxial has worse AV than regular unless modded. Oh, and I just hit the cartridge. It riced my game. Well, oh well. It was probably time to move on anyway, but that was a heartbreaker. I was enjoying that. Alright, next we got Power Blade 2, Final Fight 2. I mean, is this really Power Blade? I don't know. Mighty Final Fight's on here. I would have guessed that's what Final Fight 2 was. Well, it's Power Blade 2. I prefer the regular NES, just needs cleaned once a year. Yeah, that's it. I mean, a new receptacle, a new pin receptacle is what? $7. Change those out when they get stretched out, and you're good to go. This really does not feel good in the hands. Getting Your Nerd On says, yeah, fixed up toaster NES is my go-to. Do I see RoboCop 2? You very well might. Think about it, creep. Dead or alive, Kane? You're what docking my dough. Oh my god, I can't do anything with this horrid controller. Yeah, I don't have much experience with this one. I don't own a physical copy of it. Drop it! I want to thank everybody that's in here tonight for coming out. I do so have fun looking at these things with you. What I got? Oh, I missed my star power up. And you know, I try to keep these things interesting, so we're always looking at something just wacky. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, what up? Whoop. Whoop. Reese, a blue hamburger. It's one of SpongeBob's pretty patties. You ought to thank yourself for coming. Everybody in here right now, I do want you to drop a like on the video. Before even doing that, drop a like on yourself. Yeet the pretty patty. Look at this guy getting fresh with me up here. I'm dead. I got an NES in the garage I need to fix up. It's got some receptacle problems. I don't know. The cartridge like grinds when it goes in, and it's a new setup. I don't know what's wrong with it. We can assume Rolling Thunder's Rolling Thunder, because what else would it be? But Final Fight 2? I don't know what that is. Terminator 2. I'll need your clothes and the keys to your motorcycle. LJN proudly presents. It does resemble Street Fighter 2010. Arnold. That looks like a pile of dog mess. All systems online. I'm looking for Sarah Connor. Yeah, LJN put out some stinkers, but often overlooked are the ones they put out that were not that bad. I did enjoy NES Punisher. I did enjoy TNC Surf Designs. Yeah, Arnold's like 100 years old now. Find the leader. A bean that looks like the leader. I'll put it with the others. I've been terminated. Leave your NES disconnected before working on it. Interesting. Well, this one, I mean, everything works. It'll play a game when I have the top off of it, and I just have it. And yes, I believe James Cameron is doing the new Terminator. But yes, when it's in place and everything's on there, it just grinds into place, and I can't see what's rubbing on the cartridge. It's just not working. Never run into this with any NES I fixed. CM Retro Gaming is here. Welcome, CM. I got nothing but love for CM Retro. Double Dragon 3's got to be Double Dragon 3. Alien is probably Alien 3. Mighty Golden Axe? That doesn't belong on anything Nintendo, so immediately we have to look at that, and RoboCop 2 is next. Yeah, Alien 3 is another one. Alien 3 was awesome on Super Nintendo and Genesis. Oh, Astyanax. Okay. This is a good game. LJN made SpiderMan Arcade's Revenge, which is rough around the edges, buddy, but it makes me laugh because it's so bad that it makes me laugh. And then there's still some fun to be had there somehow. When you get to the clown level where they're all it's so bad. Why is Wolverine duking it out with a clown? Arrest everyone involved in the game. Arrest Spider-Man. You're under arrest, Spider-Man. I mean, he does have a golden axe. Not completely false advertising. There's a beholder in the air. You know, this game plays similar to Lord of the Sword on Sega Master System in a lot of ways. Very similar mechanics. And if you haven't seen Lord of the Sword, it's one I would like to fall down a hole and tell you about while I do that. I showed the Amazing Spider-Man Game Boy game in a previous episode. Made by Rare, too. So, yeah, see, because LJN was the publisher, I think we forget that there were some games that really weren't that bad. Again, I loved NES Punisher. I thought it was cool. If you shoot the old pimp on the side of the road, you lose power because you're not supposed to kill the saxophone pimp. God, I cannot stress how rough it is to play with this controller. And not hit this freaking cartridge underneath it. Yeah, I've got NES Punisher box. That's one that I bought brand new when they were closing NES games out of stores. I bought it brand new for $9 at a Best Buy. And that same day, I bought Mega Man 5 complete box. Of course, it was complete. It was brand new. $9. And you know how you go to Walmart and there was like a big bin and it's full of DVDs and, you know, the Billies are in there all digging through it. I got a movie! You know, that's how this was. It was NES games and they were like $9. That was like the magic number. Not $8.99, just $9. And you're like, why didn't you buy all of them? But back then it was like, you know, there was no urgency. I mean, what was it, like 1995, 96, something like that? It wasn't like that. Yee, RoboCop. Dead or alive, Kane. You're giving me what I want done. The Woodbury and Retro Game Hunter is here, as well as Video Game Lover 58. Welcome both of you to TNL. Great to see you guys in the house this evening. And to answer your question, I'm doing pretty good. Went to Chili's and had some honey chipotle chicken crispers and a giant cookie ice cream skillet for dessert. And I'm sure my dookie will twinkle later. Can you get up there? God, RoboCop's so awkward. Where's my dough? There's some nuke! Am I on ice? What just happened? I don't recall ever even playing this. I played the first one out the wazoo because RoboCop in the arcade was my jam. And as we know, I mean, the 8-bit translations of the arcade hits, you know, today we wouldn't be happy with them, but back then we were thrilled. Like, Turtles Arcade is a perfect example. It's ugly as the day is long, but to be able to play that at home, we didn't care what it looked like. We were thrilled to have it, and we played the hell out of it. So, and it became a hit in its own right. It's a pleasure to play that, even though I do have access to the arcade version on the Xbox 360 arcade. Can we please take a look at the size of that fire hydrant? Dead or alive, fire hydrant? You're coming with me. That's the big one there. You hook up your slip and slide and your alligator alley to that. Your crocodile mile. Watch out for the crocs, mate! Mac and cheese. We have plenty of that around the house. That's one of Oliver's favorites. But it's got to be the way Daddy makes it. Blue box, extra butter, less milk. Plenty of salt. Can you please shoot that guy in the face, RoboCop? Dead or alive, Kane? You're not having what you want done. So he's like got to get up speed. There you go. And I'm back at the beginning with all that nuke I picked up. I mean, RoboCop's got enough nuke where he ought to be able to do something a little bit better than what he's doing. He puts it in the fire. Dead or alive, Kane? This feels pretty good on this fire hydrant. Yeah, you know, people do those videos where it's like top 10 things wrong with this movie in 5 minutes or whatever. That was one major oversight, and I think they could have looked into it because RoboCop, while it was goofy in some senses, it was pretty graphic for back then. You know, I remember seeing it as a little kid and being like, man, this is, you know, poop's getting real here. But when they transformed him, you know, he's still got his memories and he's got his mind, and, you know, cyborgs have some internal organs too. Where did his pee-pee go? We mounted it with sawdust and put it on your desk, Murph. Thanks a lot, guys. They did not account... Well, I can't. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, they didn't account for where his private parts might have gone. Or even that he would be upset that they were gone. Because I think he would be. Wouldn't that be the first thing you realized if you woke up and realized that was missing? I mean, okay, yeah, I'm made of metal too, but I'm still checking down there to see what's up. Ice Pirate says there's an X-rated version based off violence. I would like to see that. Because it was an extremely violent movie. Again, for the time, it more than earned its R rating. RoboCop was insane. Lucky Collector is here. Welcome, LC. Yeah, dude comes out of the toxic waste and he's like melting. He's like, help me! You know, I was like, man, I remember just seeing that as a kid and thinking, dad, gum, boy, this is... You know, I'm not going to have nightmares, but this is a pretty intense flick. That's very interesting. Ice, I would like to have that for the collection. Alright, we cleared a level of RoboCop. You've destroyed 19% of the nuke. You don't pick up nuke. He's doing some. Oh. Speaking of nuke, or games about drugs that were hilariously inappropriate, I think the machine just shut down too on top of that. We got nothing here. Interesting. Well, again, we're reviewing the cartridge, not necessarily the receptacle that I've put it in. Stand by. Boy, we're having nothing tonight if we're not having issues. Now I think our upscaler took a poop. RoboCop killed it. Yeah, give us just a second here, folks. Alright, we're back. Well, we lost our game on RoboCop, but that's okay. It was time to move on anyway. Again, we're taking the tour of this thing tonight. It's not about, you know... I think we know what Mortal Kombat. No. Arkista's Ring. That's a good game if that's actually on here. Okay. Colorful Dragon. Yeah, they want you to know that they're real games. Is this a kids menu? Okay. Oh, I know what this is. What's the name of this game? It's not Colorful Dragon. This is something else in America. Mortal Kombat. Are you interested in engaging me in Kombat? Okay, this is a horrible game. But I can't remember what that game is called. It looks familiar. Oh, let's play Mortal Kombat. You know we need to. Tag and Dragon. That's it. Thank you, Double J. God, I couldn't think of that to say. I couldn't have thought of that if he had a gun to my head. I've seen this before, unfortunately. This is a crime against humanity. Yeah, Tag and Dragon. That was it. I think I have that. Oh my word. Again, if this was the only way you had to play this, okay, but there's some 8-bit versions of things that are like, yeah, ow, my eyes, that I just can't believe ever existed. And there's so many people that talk about, you know, certain games on the Sega Master System that were also on Sega Genesis. But by the time there was a Sega Genesis, we didn't see those games on Master System. Anyway, I swear that was just a Europe thing. People talk about playing Sonic on their Master System, and like that was the game for them on there. I don't see how. I never once saw Sonic the Hedgehog for sale for a Master System anywhere. And I was a guy that shopped some Master System games. All that stuff didn't come around till we had a Genesis. I mean, initially there was no Sonic anyway. We had Altered Beast, and you know, I got Altered Beast with mine. That was the pack-in game that year. And then I got Ghouls and Ghosts too that Christmas. Still better than Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation. Was that the one we had on the show recently? That was on the Wii? Annihilation? Maybe it wasn't. Or maybe it was. The one with the prismatic cover? It wasn't bad. But this is bad. Oh, you mean the movie Mortal Kombat? What was the name of that Wii one we just had? I don't know. It's on the vlog. Go back and watch my vlogs if you haven't seen the newest one. Arkista's Ring is super cool. Castle Excellent has got to be awesome. Arkista's Ring, if that's on here, that's pretty cool because you're not going to get a copy of that for $10 is why. So again, we're trying to question whether it's worth buying these. And that's up to you, honestly. But think about it as far as it's pretty cool if you want to collect these, and I do, and I've got a couple more. I'm not saying we're going to do it back to back to back to back to back and all these next TNLs, but over time I would like to look at them all to see them on here, and we'll look at them. Obviously, you'll see a picture of them in the thumbnail so you know which one we're talking about. Castle Excellent. Here we go. Oh, obviously we need the key. We have a dagger. Oh, he's got that zero gravity. What was going on there? Oh, I can kind of look ahead, I guess? I gotta show you what I picked up at a garage sale for 50 bucks. Text incoming. Am I allowed to speculate about that on the air? Is it that hot? Why does he not stab and he shoots an arrow out his ass when I'm trying to stab with the dagger? What is this madness? Is that him with the arrow? Alright, I gotta look at what CM's got here. Oh, wow, nasty. That is absolutely nasty right there, dude. I have not picked up anything that hot this year, I will tell you that. Alright, so I guess you're just going to get an arrow. This is a very unfair advantage here these things have. I don't guess I should talk about it though, CM, because you probably got a video incoming. I'd hate to spoil that. That needs to be a surprise for the viewers. They don't need to know about that yet. I absolutely cannot attack. He will not do it. This looks like it would be a cool game. I know, you know, to scale, it's straight up monkey butt, but in theory, I mean, this could be something here. It's RoboCop's PP. So it's known. Alright, so I can speculate about it on the air then. A dadgum NES TV, boy. Ooh, I killed him. Captain had one of those and he did sell it, and his actually had some condition issues, but pretty penny it sold for. And I guess, you know, anything's for sale, but this, I gotta say, if this was the only thing, gotta bounce to play TMNT. If you're still playing later, I'll drop back in. Getting your nerd on, it is fantastic that you dropped in to begin with. Always glad to have you on the show, man. Fantastic to see you. Yeah, I've got a couple of Vizio TVs. I think I'm done with them. Oh, see, and that allows you to come over here and get the potion. But I still die when this game is horror-calf, not even horrible. Tiger Heli is obviously what it is. Dash. I'll take a drink here for a minute. Dare we even look at Dash Galaxy? It's going in. Because Jason donated, he gets to see Dash Galaxy. This is what his money... Oh, it works. I wish you could see the picture that I'm looking at right now. And if it came with this other stuff, then... I mean, that's a great pick all around there. Got some Wii Sports, a Rock... Those Rock Candy Xbox controllers are good. I gotta say, if you can pick this multi-card up for 20 bucks, I'm saying it's worth it, and I'm saying I'm interested in collecting these, because even though they're, you know, overseas, you know, knockoffs or whatever, they're a curiosity, you know. Oh my god, yeah. Actually, Jason was with me the first time that I tried this game. I picked it up for $5, didn't have it. But neither one of us were expecting this trash. You don't have any bombs. I'm playing the bomb. Alright, I got a bomb. Look at Dash Galaxy's pinching one. Whoa! Shoot it a boop! He got burned. Fall damage! There isn't any. I already have an offer for 400. I don't know if I could sell it. I know my wife wouldn't let me. She's more than supportive of my collection, and every time I have a weak moment on something, she does not let me sell anything. And she's not wrong, because I would regret it, whatever it was. Now, is that a doe? Better than the new Commander Keen, it is. Light years better. Dash Galaxy's running out of oxygen from smelling his own farts. Oh, where is this? We don't care if Dash Galaxy dies. He's a turd. He deserves only the worst. This seems like a game that would be neat, even though it plays like crap. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of wives are probably like, please get this stuff out of my house. I know plenty of people that have that going on around the house, but no, she's the exact opposite. Well, what are these things I'm picking up then? Cat turds? Yeah, it's a very nice piece, man. That's incredible, and I can't thank you enough for sharing. So you're supposed to go back in that room there. Just die, Dash Galaxy. That's some leftover Mega Man music. I didn't think that actually happened in games, but it does. When we tried out Defender on NES, that it had a mixture of Mike Tyson sounds, music, and a mishmash of Star Wars sounds together. Yeah, who's Commander Keen? Never heard of it. They said like, oh, surely y'all remember that. Like they were being like real condescending about it. It is like, no. And you're talking to a guy that lived on IBMs and old computers back then. Never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about. War Mouse? Did we miss that? What is a War Mouse? Or am I out of term? Are we going to look at something else next? Hokuto no Ken. Oh, yeah, he blew up. Whee! This was obviously a Fist of the North Star related game, as was Hiryu no Ken, which was known here in the States as Flying Warriors, one of my all-time favorite NES games. And then moving on to the 16-bit era, I was really a fan of Last Battle. A lot of people don't like that game on Genesis. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it looked great. I thought it was a great example, graphic-wise, of what the system was capable of early on, because it was a black box, original game on there. Why is Rygar never included on these things? So Rygar was what? Tecmo? And that's the thing, it doesn't mean it won't be. We may find it on one later on, and it might be called Shield Dude or something like that, but it'd be there. And then sometimes the title's not there. It's just, it says press start, and you can tell it's the right screen. Like one of these had Mario Brothers on it, but the orange screen that would say Super Mario Brothers on it, the square, is just gone. It's just sky. And then there's start 1, start 2 underneath it. Yeah, I've never played. I'm not saying they can't remake something. I'm not saying they can't remake something I've never heard of, but they acted like that was that common. And that was during the worst presentation of E3. So to me, it was like, y'all come out here with this crap, and then you're going to bring this out, and then you're going to act like you're going to tell me that I should be excited about it. Now, you know what you're not going to do? You're not going to come out here and tell me what to be excited about when you have a crappy presentation like that. They showed Doom, which we knew they were going to do, and everything else was bullduke. I mean, yeah, I'm glad there's more ESO stuff. I don't have time to play that game, so it doesn't, it doesn't affect me, but it looks cool, and I'm not going to be a, I'm not going to be a downer for anyone that is into that. But I thought their showing was weak. I mean, EA didn't really have anything new going, but I think we're pretty much to the point now where they're not going to have anything new going because they're just tapped out. They have to make all the sports games because they went ahead and bought all the licenses, so nobody else can have one other than 2K. And they're on their way out, too, the way they do business. And that's it, you know. And Anthem bombed, which I knew it would. I knew playing that on the beta that was done. Yeah, that Xbox is something else, man. I can't believe more people didn't want to check that out. Oh, my side-scrolling adventure. Black Belt on Sega Master System was also loosely based on A Fist of the North Star. And this is a lot like it. Yeah, Commander Keen was like, I was not the only one in that chat room that was just like, huh? And then they came out and they were like, yeah, well, we know you remember that. Like, as if to say, you better remember it or you're not a gamer. You know, that's how it came across. It was like, no, never heard of it. Sorry. Is Punisher really on here? Benny the Jet's not on here, but we were just talking about this game. It is. Raise your virtual hands if you've never played this game. FIFA Street is part. I didn't see that part. I missed the FIFA part. Is that really going down? See, I guess I was just, it was cool to see some more Battlefield content because I bought it, so I'm in it to win it at this point. I was biased in liking what I saw. I do like Apex Legends, so glad to see what they have on that. Everyone fights to control the streets. And I think the game just farted out on us. Back in we go. SpiderMan didn't work either. Are we seeing a trend here that maybe the LJN games, the LJN ROMs to the games don't work? Oh, Nintendo was hands down the best. And people are like, oh, you're a fanboy, dude. Like, you ought to know I'm not one. I give them beef all the time, but it was good. I was so excited about the things that I saw. Oh, here we go. And you can literally blow up everything. Oh my god, I don't want to be using this controller. Even that stop sign. It's a tough customer, but you can kill the stop sign. A med kit. There's secret stuff in those things. We just got a clip. Kane Deathbreaker is here. Welcome, KDB. The guy that can chug like a gallon of beer in like 2 seconds. But he, I'm telling you, man, you gotta redirect your channel focus. I would never say that to anyone, but dude, the way I see you drink a beer, that's a channel right there. You don't even have to do video games. Just drink beer. Oh, there's the old pimp. You can't shoot the old pimp. You lose health if you shoot the pimp. Yeah, if you haven't seen Kane Deathbreaker's channel, most of you are part of the community in here, and you have, but if you haven't, or you're watching the recap and you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch this guy chug a beer. It's something else. Reminds me of that old guy with no teeth on the Man Show that used to do it, like upside down. It's just gone. If I did that, I'd probably hork all over myself. But the man can drink a beer. Oh, we got the machine gun. And the best way to do the machine gun is short, controlled bursts. So you don't waste all your bullets. A little goes a long way. But you still want to make sure you break everything. making mince meat out of that car. And we're back down to that again. In the sewer, some walls are not as they seem. This is in the news. Captain Retro is here. Welcome, Captain. Captain has a new Lost Pins out. If you haven't watched it, make sure that you catch up on that. His premiere new series that is rocking the charts. Got my clip. Got my med kit. Yeah, it's got some real cat gun sound going on there. Look at him. Whoa! Looks like Operation Wolf. It's like that. I mean, and, you know, when Rambo came out on PS3, it was, oh, it's a rail shooter. It's like, well, since when is that a bad thing? You feel like it's dated in this day and age without even considering that it's actually pretty viable. And I thought Rambo was awesome. And, yeah, I mean, I just thought back to other rail shooters. Not that it even compares to what this is, but this was a fun game. I got the body armor. I'm down to pistol bullet speed. I'm dead. Let's say the game was easy. A med kit. Yeah, these guys aren't fooling around. This is heavy. We're having another Pac-Man pinball tomorrow. You still want one? Well, you know I do. You'll just have to send me some pics, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, my wife was like, oh, Kevin sold the Pac-Man pinball machine. I was like, he'll have another one in a week. Okay, maybe it was a little longer than a week, but not much. Punisher's dead. Eat the Punisher. God, throw a grenade. Oh, get these fools off of me. God, look at all these guys just clacking me. Why isn't he going down? Stage 1 completed. Did I get there under the bell? How's the arcade coming along? There haven't been any changes. But now we're trying to figure out if we renovate that room or if we buy another place with more space. And we're really kicking some ideas around right now. So it's still happening. But in what way it will happen, we're still talking about. We just need more space. My God, we're running out of room in this place. It's because we collect too much stuff, too. Not because the place is small. We collect. We're a collecting family. Take advantage of bonus worlds. I don't think I'm going to live to do that. I think I'm dead. Now I got one Punisher left. Medkit. Double J, thanks for coming by, for the donation, for the support, and for making fun of RoboCop and Dash Galaxy with us. Always fantastic to have you on the show, my friend. And to do some nuke with you. We're doing nuke. Oh, I almost shot the pimp. That guy took a bullet to the pimp. He took a bullet for the pimp. You can live in the basement. Blow out this guy's tires. Body armor. It only takes one bullet to put these guys on the mat. And while it seems like you're really at a disadvantage when you run out of bullets, you're almost a little more accurate. He's firing a bazooka at him. Oh my god, this is so hard to do, holding this piece of crap controller like this. Bonus world. Oh my god, get all the stuff. Speaking of Rambo and watching Punisher, they need to make a Cobra. They do. You need a life preserver? Your french fries are drowning. Leaving bonus world. The sewers. Some walls are not what they seem. That's a repeat of yesterday's news. Body armor. You spend more bullets blowing stuff up than you ever do the enemies. Come on, give me some bullets. Yeah, we got one more Punisher. Oh, I think I just killed the pimp! How is a sewer a bonus world? It's funny that they call it that. I mean, I get that it's a sewer, but... and that there are bonuses there, but it's hardly a world. Ain't seen a machine gun for a minute. I have to shoot the newspaper to read it. Check down dark alleys for bonus worlds. Ugh. We're about to get destroyed. Stranger Things is July 4th, isn't it? Oh, we got done in by the helicopter. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, my hand is having spasms and is about to give out over here. Holding this thing without touching the cartridge underneath does not feel great. But hey, you know what? We figured out a few things tonight. One of which is not whether or not there's a Resident Evil on this cartridge or not, although I think that's just for show. But, man, I gotta tell you, if you can score one of these things for 20 bucks or even 10, because I saw some on the market tonight as low as $9.99, I think these are neat to collect. Okay, and if you didn't want to collect one and you want to save money on a RetroPie or a EverDrive, you still want those eventually, but this is a lot of games. And if I had to start over tomorrow with nothing, I'd want one of these in the meantime to be able to have a big bulk collection of NES games to wail on, you know, as I collected them at my own pace, because this is certainly a cheap way to do so. And a neat series we can continue on with through TNL. It's not going to be every week, but we're going to look at some of the other ones I have in the collection, any other ones that I get as I collect, onward and upward from here. Do you have any of these at home? Let me know about the ones that you have in the comment section if you're watching the recap of this stream later on. I would love to hear about it because you know that I love getting a conversation going with you right here on the Emceemur Show. Everybody that's still watching this, everybody that drops into the recap, everybody that already watched this before and comes back later on to see what they did, to see what they missed, make sure to drop a like on this video because you know that we need likes dropped on this video in order to promote the video and get it to rock and roll. We also need you to, if you have not already done so, subscribe to the Emceemur Show. Be a part of Mur-Nation. We're resident of all the fantastic things we got going on right here on the show. You need to be a part of it. Make sure that you smack that notification bell so you are the first to know when new content goes live. You know that I love making it for you. Emceemur signing out for this fantabulous TNL. I had a great time looking at this with you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you that came through. Signing off for now. I'll see each and every one of you again next time.